If you are waking up, good morning to you. It is definitely a good morning time. So here's the plan for the day. I plan on doing absolutely everything I can to cast 6 hours worth of some Dota today. So feel free to join me if you want to just watch some casting. Just a little bit of smack talking, I guess, for the most part, reviewing other people's builds, what they got going on in their lives, what kind of builds we're seeing out of Southeast Asia, kind of reviewing some of the stuff coming out of Russia, anything that's not American mainstream, right? So that's kind of the main plan. I would go with American mainstream, but I mean, come on, let's face it. Some people are slightly hilarious narcissists, but I have the freedom to swearsies because I'm allowed to say whatever the fuck I want because it's a mature stream. So I'm going to talk as much potential shit as I feel like it. Let's go into tournaments. Now, I have been following the SCA. Hold on, where is it at? Shown. No, it's not under professionals. It's not under the Dirt Circuit Pro Cup. Destiny League's pretty good. Been watching quite a bit of that. But Ashon, which I love the name Ashon because it's like Asian, but Ashon. $68,000 prize pool. Nobody's casting in English. Trying to do what I can. But this day is brought to you in part by Monster Energy Drink, Bird Shit, and Puppy. The bird's not here yet. He'll show up when he's done eating and bathing and pooping. And then he'll just crap on me the rest of the day. But I'm a little curious on some of these games here. I haven't seen a whole lot coming out of this Southeast Asia Light Dota competition. It is a $76,000 prize pool. That's why I haven't seen anything. It's a $76,000 prize pool, so I'm waiting for that bad boy to start. This 1,000, you can tell the kind of people that jump into here. This is more like your Herald rankings. And usually still fun to watch. One way or the other, it's still fun to watch. We do have HDI. I'm just going to call it HDI. Have $172,000 prize pool, but it's got a lot of big names. So you still have Royal Never Give Up, Vichy Gaming, Invictus Gaming, OB Neon. So these are still like really high top tier. Gaming's Team Aster still coming out of there. Extreme Gaming you might not see another whole lot out of, or SMG, unless you literally follow these kinds of things. Other than that, you're not likely to see a lot of this. But it looks like they went through everything kind of through Christmas and then started to pick up right towards the end of New Year's, and they haven't done a whole lot since then. I'm assuming that one's been kind of done and out. We do have live games in progress from Ultra's Dota Pro League 2. Does not have... Let's see. Kiba Arms, Deep Ravage, Wild Deer versus Rakuzen. I like the name Rakuzen. So let's go. You know what? Screw it. Let's go with some live. We got Ultras Dota Pro League 2. I'm gonna throw this up. Hopefully, there's people watching this in English, and we can get them on. Let's get somebody saved up. So I'm gonna change the title. Got Kiba Arms, Kiba Arms versus. Let's get this sucker set up. We got. Kiba Arms, Kibaarms versus Deep Ravage, Ravag, Ravage. Ultras, Dota, Pro, League. I'm typing this so that way if they want records of this later on in the future, they can actually come and see their own shit, which is still pretty dope. I wish somebody would have done this when I was on Even Flow. That would have been awesome, because then I could show my kiddo what I've done in my life. Yeah, I still count this as doing something. Yeah, I know it's Dota, and I know it's a video game, but if you're here, obviously it's because I'm adorable or because you love Dota, or a combination of both. Take your pick. So 37 minutes and 10K lead. Man, looks like Kiba's doing pretty good. Let's kind of see where everybody's standing. There's not a lot of inequality, it looks like. Quap is able to start moving, so she's... See some of these builds. Gyrocopter, not a common pickup. Does already have Scotty. He's got his deity right there. Nice data list. He's got a Satanic. He did go with an Aghanim Scepter. I don't know if that's common or not. I don't see enough of the Gyros played in like professional high tier play to see whether or not it's viable. But I think everybody kind of gets it, right? Like you want that little side cannon doing stuff. It's bonus right clicks. You can actually kite around and not have to stress out. Force Staff, Tranquils, and really, you got a nice hood of Veil of Discord. This is cool because it adds, the increased spell damage, which is nice for Ogre, but I still think Aeon Disc, man, because then your Ogre doesn't die so much. He's 1 in 8, and that's a lot of that has to do with the fact he doesn't have range to cast his spells. So if he can't cast his spells, life is hard. You know what I mean? Like, because you're doing it to the face, and then you're like super close. You don't want to be super close. That shit's painful, man. Skywrath Mage, pretty basic. Not enough intel as far as I'm concerned if he wants to make a damaging impact. Still 11.2. Berserker's Call came down, locking down the Quap. Ravage coming out from the Tidehunter. He's still getting his spams in on that Skywrath. Void, dissimulates and decides not to go in despite popping his BKB. Ogre Magi just right-clicking, getting right-clicked to death. Oh, man. Looks like Drow did pick up that nice little Scotty. Void popping a lot of them dissimulates, and it looks like he doesn't want to jump in completely as broken and as he possibly is. And so that 10K just got brought down to 3. You did see a really big shift right there, and the only one left that lives is that Skywrath Mage. Axe has his Blink Call Vanguard, base, little damaging boots. A Dagon on the Void Spirit. So Dagon, not like a common pickup, but if that's what he wants to own, yeah, sure, why not? Not what I would normally go for. Shiva's Guard picked up on the Quap. That allows her to basically slow in like multiple locations. She also has the Aghanim Shard, which gives her bonus damage. Dro. Good Dro. Good Dro. She is beefy, isn't she? She is. And she has the leveler, so these buildings are going to see some problems coming in while they're dealing with this. 4K gold lead now. So they've already experienced a 6K gold shift since, man, last like 3 minutes. We might just be catching the tail end of fun here. So when we first started, it was a 10K. And now it's down to 2. So, huge shift. We'll look at that graph after this nice fight is done. Man, I kind of wish I watched a little bit more of this. But it looks like they just let that Drow Ranger basically farm too much and become infinite damage there. Which sucks. That happens. Ooh, 2 lanes and she bounces. See, a lot of people have a tendency to not do the bouncing part. Like, because as you can tell right there, this tier 2, I mean, it's protecting that top row. So, I mean, instead of pushing into it or trying to take into these tier 4s, she just jumped out of there. So we got Tide. He's sitting on a refresher orb. Oh, nice. Heaven's Halberd. I don't know who he's throwing that down on, but disarming anybody, it's always, big perk in life. Shadow Demon coming in. He's still got a Blink Dagger. He also has an eye. So he's like king of supports right now. Feel like that eye is brand new. Ogre Magi's throwing in them ignites. He's got a nice little multicast off of that one. Joe helping. Oh, there's an. Oh, pick it up. There you go. That is super valuable. Void jumping on the illusions like a boss. It's about time he found his Weibos. Infinite damaging Dro. And Undying does have the Lotus, really. Let's pick up a Lotus Orb and a Force Staff, playing position 4-5. Looks like everybody else is kind of farming. You still have I mean, that's quite a bit of farm, one way or the other. Ags, Aether Lens, Blink Dagger. He is wrecking the Philosopher Stone, which makes life a little bit easier. Looks like Tide was able to get farm. He even has a Refresher Orb. So there's a lot of farm, one way or the other, on this side of the map. Deep Ravage, man. They're coming back pretty hard. Can't say that they're not. All right, here we go. I'm going to bring my face down. Nobody really wants to see me during casting like this. I'm going to bring this down just right there. Yeah, so if you have any suggestions as far as that goes, you just feel free to let me know. Outside from that, I'm going to drop that sucker down because I don't think there's a purpose to having that so friggin' huge. Especially when we're trying to watch the game. I mean, yeah. Grateful to be here, but still, we're trying to watch the game. All right, not a lot of movement. Tide sitting in there, just probably itching to use his Blink Dagger, but he wants to wait for that 44 seconds. Oh. Does get the jump call and pull. Man, that call down was committed way quick. Super quick. I think he was expecting a full team jump. Plus, it kind of helps counter the initiation coming from the Tide. Whoa, there he is. Oh, nice little scream coming in from the Quap. Unfortunately, BKBs will help clear that up. Tide's still pushing through, using his gush as hard as he can. Void decides to actually jump in. He's going to try to pick off a backline member. A lot of utility coming from that backline, though. Gyro's one life is down. Oh, another Ravage comes in from the Tide. That and Refresher is used. But that infinite damage from the Dro is just too much to deal with. Man, from a 10K swing all the way down to 9, that is a huge difference. The only thing they need to pick off is this Ogre. I mean, he's trying. He's absolutely dead. And that is that GG? I would venture to say it's a possibility. They haven't taken anything out of that top racks, but the only ability that has buyback is Void, and so they can just push right into this tier 4. They force the buyback from the Void. They're on their way. Nobody cares about Void. He's not been manning up using his Dissimulate. He's been using it more of an escape. There he goes again. But that's a smart idea, because Void does have a bigger Dagon. He's still looking for 2 more levels on that. I'm not the biggest Dagon fan on Void, but that was not my decision there. Oh, really? He went for the Arcane Blink. Yeah, sure. Cooldown reduction. Why not? So the idea is you go in Arcane Blink for that buff duration. You cast your Ravage, and it helps save time. Dissimulate use just to distract. This might be GG. Axe is back, baby. Man, that's a quick up Shadow Demon, but they still can't stop the right click. What's up, buddy? You want water? I got water. Yeah? Yummy? All right, I want some too, though. All right, so that was a beautiful game. Let's see what's coming up next. All right, so Wild Deer. Let's see how far this has been going. Wild Deer versus Rakuza. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, pretty boy. Thank you, thank you. You want some more water? Yeah? Whistle while you work? I'm doing this while getting crapped on the entire time. Let's go ahead and pick up Faceless Void. Not rocking a whole lot here, but it's 6 minutes in. Looks like he doesn't have a Battle Fury. He's going to wrap up his boots first. You want to try to pick that up. Bottle already done over here on the side of the Lena. You got Skywrath. He's going the Intel damage route. Not a lot of those picked up on the potential 4-5, but he's running. He's running. Ooh, that was too far out of range for the Magic Stick to pick up. But it looks like he's going to be able to kite this sucker out. Let's see what's Spirit Breaker. He's just hanging, probably looking for someone to charge. And he's back in the fight. Going straight onto that PA. That's pretty typical. And we have Bane coming in here. Not a whole lot of items. Definitely position 4-5. Hey, thanks. Thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. Oh, Spirit Breaker coming in. Did get the charge off on a blurred PA. Does keep vision. Enough magic damage. And Skywrath. Oh, yeah, Skywrath picks up the kill there. And Enchantress, unfortunately, not able to stomp with her Centaur. Wants to come in here. That War Stomp is a decent little stun duration. Unfortunately, might become just free food. Spirit Breaker's going to have himself a good time. So we got Bane and Faceless dropping the ulti. And he is down for the count with that magic damage. She picks up the kill. And that is what it is. I had no choice. I had to say it. PA sitting in well. Should be TP'd out of here. She's waiting for cooldown. Rubik. Boots. Looks like he's going to be rocking the mid lane for a little bit. Getting some solo XP. Trying to hit level 6 so he can start stealing everything that he can. Of course, Enchantress, she's just been bouncing around. She's 0-4, unfortunately. Every time she shows her face, it looks like she's just destined for death. Slardar TPing into... Where did Slardar go? Bam! Straight back in the bottom lane. Despite eating one of those Faceless Void ultis. Does have his boots, so he is technically ahead in my book on this Faceless. And, of course, with that natural built-in stun and the kit. Yeah, sure, bounce. I can run faster. Slither, slither, slither. It's already off cooldown. Does have the ulti up. I don't know why he didn't throw down his ulti, and you can tell he's been level 6 for a while. A lot of that damage. There you go. Now start smacking him. Smack. Oh, see how much more that hurts. Good job. I'm so proud of you. And Vengeful with an arcane bottle. All right, you done? I want some too. But thanks, man. I appreciate the liked. So, nice little ship to Slar. Nothing too crazy. Let's look at the last hit deny scenario. I want to see who's been last hitting pretty good. Ooh, that magic damage is so much on top of the silence. That silence buff, it's his... He went. Oh wow, he went 2 in the Ancient Seal, so he's running a 3-1-2, which is pretty neat because this is based off your intelligence. This is why he currently has 2 null talismans and a staff of wizardry. Might pick up intel boots. No, he is going straight for his ags. That's the pretty quick ags. Not bad. So he's definitely rocking a lot of mana regen on top of here. Rubik. Ooh, we have a charge coming in. We have a charge coming in, and it's on the Rubik. Spirit Breaker smacking him in the face, making him putty. And the Lena, man, that Laguna Blade currently at level 1, 500 damage. So if you look at each one of these little tick lines, that's 300, 300, slightly more. So when you click her, 300, 300. Oh, man. So all she needs to do is make sure that they're sitting at somewhere in like the 1.5 bar mark. And she's got a guaranteed kill at that point. Of course, you know, you can do a lot more right click after you cast that stuff off. Oh, she is in like super farmy mode. She does not care how many bottle charges she has. But she's been rocking out. She's sitting at 75 last hits. Lardar coming in second at the 55. Spirit Breaker at 54. I mean, you can kind of get an eye on where everybody's going at. But you can also tell your position. So your 4-5 is going to be your Bane, your Rubik, your Skywrath, and your Enchantress. So it looks like they're going to give a lot of priority to this Lena. It's very likely that obviously the Faceless Void is going to be your position 1. He's going to be the guy that's going to take you on late game. Do have some potential action here sitting on top. Ooh, instant damage. There's so much magic damage to deal with. They're going to get the nice lift. Oh, man, I love that it's so green, baby. The Rubik did get the steal off of that Skywrath's ulti. And now Skywrath, if you look into this thing, it's Mystic Flare, but 750 damage if you can lock him down. I preferably like a Rod of Atos on a Skywrath mage. That's something I'm a big fan of because then you can root them, hold them in, cast your ulti, boom. They are taking every ounce of that damage. But unfortunately not picked up yet, and it looks like he's going to pay the price for going into this Aghanim Scepter, which has its own merits. Aghanim Scepter is still very, very destructive. Looks like she's trying to pick up whatever farm she possibly can. More than anything else, she wants to hit level 6 and say, I don't take right clicks. Ooh, does get the pick and lift. See, that's really smart. I like that he stole that Nightmare, so that way his carry can keep playing. Unfortunately, he's going to... Oh, no! That Fiend's Grip is stolen and returned favor. This Rubik... Oh, he is driving people nuts, isn't he? No! And the Rubik eats it one way or the other. Ulti comes out on the Vengeful. She takes it to that magic damage from the Lena. And I note out the magic damage because I'm pretty sure she doesn't have anything as far as magic resistance put in her inventory. Nobody's really picked up anything, but looking at the lineup, you have, of course, Bane sitting here, pure magic damage. So you have Pure and Pure on both of his items, a Brain Sap, which is Pure, as well as a Fiend's Grip. So that you really can't do a whole lot to. But, you know, the Lena not being Pure, that's a lot of magic you can help kind of negate. Even a Courtesy Cloak, because Zeus sucks. But he was smart enough to grab the Raindrops. So Raindrops are going to do quite a bit more work. See, that would have been a slightly easier kill with a Rod, but that was more than enough. So Skywrath definitely doing his job, making sure that PA does not get fat farm heavy. Oh, man. Still bites it, but is it worth a PA? I personally think so. Still not level 6 yet. Does pick up a quick kill on that Enchantress. One of the last times he might be able to do it that easily. Ooh, Laguna Blade committed. Totally worth it. Another chase coming on the Rubik. I mean, he's toast. Speaking of toast, I hope you had your breakfast. Hope it was good. Ooh, Nightmare on the Slardar. Just getting a quick positioning off. Nothing left to do, nothing left to say. 6K gold lead. Man, Lena picking up quite a bit. And Faceless. Faceless is getting... I mean, he's sitting on that last hit in second place, but he is definitely a lot more active than you typically see for some games, especially if you're playing in lower ranks. You'll see a lot of those guys AFK farm and not actually throw out their ulti when it's down. Nice rule for life. Yeah, sure.
constantly farm, but once that ulti is available, you just jump in and get one free kill and go back to farming. You'll be fine. The team's job at this point is to make spaces, which they're doing by maintaining control of that nice little triangle really well. And they're waiting for someone to be willing to walk up into here. Looks like Rubik. Oh, she misses her stun, but Spirit Breaker, well, he doesn't. Yeah, that's painful. All right, so now last hits denies. We got a really good idea of who's kind of winning this scenario. Let's go ahead and look at current net worth. A big fan of, because everything kind of switches out. So you can see how much participation's been handed out. Then that Spirit Breaker, all that farm, because he is not even close to the last hit deny leaderboard. That's just from kill participation. Not exactly sure where he's going. Not carrying any wards. Looks like they're just going to go try to maintain some dominance. Ooh. Good vengeful throw and a stun countering him out. Unfortunately, not enough to do with the magic from the Skywrath. Oh, PA wants vengeance on that Skywrath, doesn't he? He's cranky. Captain Cranky Pants. Oh, Faceless Void does not have the ulti, but still came to play. Pick up a bash. There goes that TP. Free food. So he's got his Mask of Madness picked up. Does have his ulti in another 23 seconds. We'll expect someone else to die directly after that. Mana Boots and some more mana regen on side of the Bane. Rubik is sitting here with 2 more raindrops left. Does eat another Nightmare on top of that combo. Nightmare was canceled. Looks like this might be a beef sandwich. It's because he's a cow. All right, PA's going to go farm this bottom lane. Oh, Lena, let's see what she's got so far. She's smart enough to keep her charges up. Good job. So she's sitting on 3 charges pretty much at all times. Maximizing right-click potential as much as humanly possible. Skywrath still trying to finish up that Agnum Scepter. Now, Skywrath's primary point here is to farm up using kills, preferably on that PA. Anything you can do to nerf out the carry. Looks like Rubik's up here doing Rubiky things. I don't know why he's getting farm priority and the Slardar is babysitting. I don't understand this, but sure. What is he finishing that's so critical? Aether Lens. That's a lot of survivability in Aether Lens, just like any Ogre Magi or anybody else for the most part. Aether Lens just makes sure you can cast your spells from a certain range to where you stay a lot safer. Probably one of the biggest reasons why he's been dying. Because if they can't see you, they can't hit you. If they can't hit you, they can't kill you. Of course, counter for Aether Lens is Vision and a Spirit Breaker. See, he's rocking 1,000 HP. If you look at Spirit Breaker's total speed, well, it looks like he's going to finish his Shadow Blade. But Phase Boots does make things a little bit lethal. You see some go for the Shadow Blade and some go for the Silver Edge directly. I mean, that's, I've always felt is pretty ideal. Echo Saber, also a very nice pickup. Probably what I would go into next. Looks like this is going to be a quick Roche. They have no intentions of scouting or challenging this whatsoever. Oh, instant smoke out of there. Which direction do we go? Only thing visible is this Skywrath, and they want to get vision on somebody. I love how aggressive they're being with this, though. Ooh, a nice little lift. Like I said, what counters a Rubik with Aether Lens? Spirit Breaker. Little bonus vision there. You know you don't want to love your triangle anymore. Man, this PA cannot catch a break. Let's look at this KDR. Does have the ulti. Looks like he's not going to commit it. I don't know if I necessarily would either, but you definitely have to do something with this current kill advantage. All right. Basic full health at tier 2. Looks like Lena's pushing in that tier 2 mid lane. They already have the tier 1 or the tier 2 top. Spirit Breaker's coming in. And decides, well, he probably was charging a creep. And that just got canceled. Oh, so much beauty. Very well done, Skyrath. Very well done. Alright, so they got some vision. Faceless still holding on to that Chronosphere. Likely to drop it now if he thinks he can pick up the kill on that Slaradar. But they've been pretty strategic about this. Finally get some revenge. That probably felt really good for that PA. Oh, don't worry. Faceless knows that's coming. Just don't want to commit the... Oh, will commit that. Still eats a quick stun. A lot of trouble here. Oh, nice! That Rubik, though, he has been stealing all of the big ultis here this day. One way or the other, that Rubik is dropping like some very quality high-tier gameplay here. Significantly more damage coming out. That Rubik is in currently got Nightmare kind of queued up. Probably wanted to see if he can get Fiend's Grip. Spirit Breaker just running his tail off. Lena not committing the Aegis, though. 11-0, 12-5, 6-6 on the PA. The PA is still a powerhouse. If that Faceless Void ulti's down, there's a lot of damage potential coming out from PA unless he decides to pick up an MKB. I know the plan is to stun lock her to death using the, the piggy or the cow. So see if Spirit Breaker is able to bring that to the table. He has been so far. Still an 11K gold lead. I don't feel like I should count anybody out here, though. Almost thought the Finch was going to show up on my shoulder next. So this bad boy here is typically guarded by a little pet Finch. He's smaller. Looks like Skyrath's rocking that shovel. Shovel OP until end of game in some cases. But once the 20-minute mark comes in, that shovel can go away for the most part. Or you can cycle it out with other... Like, he should still potentially have 2 neutrals. Cycle him through. Ooh, Nightmare dropped in. He is significantly reduced armor. I would venture to say possibly none. Oh, yeah, he said a negative 16 armor. Spirit Breaker did drop the invisibility version of his cow form. Does have Silver Edge. Wants to break somebody. Now, if he can pick off that PA, that is a break on her evasion right there. But he's got to hit her with it first to break it, which is the unfortunate side. So they went ahead and go. They do scout her out, though. They know that she's not here. She did TP. A little bit of lane cutting coming from the Spirit Breaker. More right clicks. Faceless Void ulti still hasn't come back up. Current time sitting at 4 more seconds. But unfortunately not able to rock out with hers either because just mana issues. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you want a kiss? There you go. Faceless Farm is coming along. It's not as much or as high as fast as you'd want it. He is 2-2. Does got plenty of assists. Probably would like to see more kills on that side, though. 5K behind the Lena. Looks like she hasn't slowed down whatsoever. Each one's taking out their own jungle, though. PA grabbing up these Ancients. It's been a very texty day so far. Let's go ahead and give a PA a quick follow. I got a whole family's worth of crap going on. Let's see what they're up to really quick. Ooh, what a beautiful ulti. That is a triple kill coming out for that Faceless Void. So brutal on that mega kill. Looks like he is currently done. That is a 5-man wipe. I want to say this game is potentially over. A 16K gold lead, and they are not letting up at all. Faceless Void. Let's just follow him for a little bit. GG is called. Wild Deer victory. No idea how to spell notoriety. So apparently my son's currently dealing with people cheating in school. He's a little frustrated, but they're cheating in coding, so they're copy pasting other people's work. Kind of gets you nothing. All right, Kiba Arms and Team Flamingos going up here now. Let's see how this one's going. Kiba Arms, Team Flamingos, Game 1. I'm going to have to edit this every single time, huh? So I spell flamingos right. Yay, go me, but I can't spell notoriety. So that's, yeah, my bad. Ooh, nothing but Russian. Let's do this in English. All right, so we got Mars. Where's the Io? So Mars and Io are usually your best friends. Looks like we still have monkeys in the pot. I also see Tide in the pot. Tide's usually a common pickup, considering this is a Russian stream. No Invoker, Void, Night Stalker, Beastmaster, no Snapfire, Skywrath Mage. Skywrath Mage is just so hard to deal with in lane. Early phase, no PA, no PL, and no Puck. So a lot of jumps. You still like to see Quaps, which is still in the pool. Probably Void. I would still say let's see what people need on the top. Top could still pick up a Ravage. Looks like Keep Arms is going to probably need something a little bit beefy. I know you have Spirit Breaker's Initiator, but Spirit Breaker Initiator is still pretty good. The Luna, Shadow Demon, and Ember Spirit. I mean, they got a lot of that Flash. Flash characters, the characters that can jump in and out of fights really quickly. Nyx pretty common. But Nyx is typically a first and second pick, not necessarily a fourth pick, so they kind of grabbed that a little bit later than normal. Shadow Demon looking to basically make duplicates of the Drow the entire game. Maybe even the Storm, but very likely the Drow. Bane ban, OD ban, which is really good. You don't want to deal with an Outworld Devourer, especially when you're in a mana-heavy team, because it's going to make every one of those spell casting, it's just so much more expensive. Monkey King still on the list. I don't know exactly what pairs up really good. You need like a lockdown, I would say, which Shadow Demon is semi-lockdown, but it's more like a setup stall for your team to be able to initiate into. Spirit Breaker is going to have no problem jumping into that. Hey, what's up, Smale? Spirit Breaker is going to have no problem jumping into that along with the Storm Spirit. So I don't see a whole lot of worries when it comes to initiation on the side of the Kiba Arms. Team Flamingos, though, I mean, they have Ember Spirit. He can kind of jump in with his Remnants, but you need to use Remnants both ways and utilizing your Remnants the way you want them to. It can get kind of tricky. I would say, and unfortunately Puck is already gone, so one of your best ways to lock down a Storm Spirit is out. But Quap is still on the board, which brings a lot of magic damage. They got a lot of right-click from the Spirit Breaker and the Drow on the high end. Not so much magic damage on the bottom, unless you're going to go like Heavy Magic Luna, which isn't super great. A lot of times you want to go on that right-click push. That'll help. Ignite does have a slow to it. You have a Bloodlust, which is great for your Drow, which is great for your Storm. Even Spirit Breaker because of the movement speed you give on. Bye, Smale! And then He came up, said hi, and it bounced. And then on the lower end, obviously your Ignite just helping kind of nuke down that Ember Spirit, so his Flame Guard can't do a ton of damage. There you go. So that's another quick way to get initiation. It gets your entire team in the fight. See how this goes. Hi, Smail. Welcome back. All right, so that's a great team initiator because then you can get your whole team participating. So you just pop your ulti and just everybody kind of jumps in. I would like to have seen a potential quap, but no, because there just really isn't a whole lot of magic damage. Ember Spirit eventually ends up becoming fight. All right, hold on. Let me double check what that means. 1 second. Oh, I'm good. I am very good. Как дела?
Как дела?
Как дела? I am good. Я замечательно.
Я замечательно.
Я замечательно. I gotta practice a lot more. Я замечательно. Как дела? Как дела? How are you? Я замечательно. But I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you? Как дела? I'm practicing. I'm practicing. Finch is looking. I don't know if you can see. I got my invisible bird green screen partner here. He loves Dota also. Bow, bow, bow. Let's do it to it. All right, so quick starting items. Ooh, he is going heavy with the survivability. He's got to go mid lane, but that's going to give him a lot of survivable during that lane, a lot of survivability. Plus, see, this is the cheapest +6 damage you could possibly get for the money. Coiling Blade on range and melee is always extremely viable. A little bit of HP regen, but the natural HP regen for Ogre Magi is still pretty ridiculous. Does have the slow coming in, plus the extra magic damage it ticks off with that Orb of Venom. Very dangerous for him to deal with. Lots of additional strength. It looks like he's going to be going the TP route. Grab 100, run back, TP in. No, actually take that. He does have infused range drops and Tango on line. So he does have some initial or intention to actually pick up some kind of regen. You do have a double set of wards off of this Reaver. Very heavy position 5. We'll see whether or not he gets boots. And Pale coming out. First pick spell, so he just a little bit of stun heavy. Nice set of regen. Good balance. Did pick up the early magic stick, so he wants to be here in a lot of this early fight so he can get extra charges for the laning phase. If there is an early fight, a lot of times at this high end, you don't really see a lot of challengers. Hoof Stop Stun picked up on top of it here for this Centaur War Runner. Ember, who should be going mid, also a melee character picking up an additional 12. Plus you get 13, 14, 15, 16. So he's got a lot of bonus right click when he slaps somebody in the face. Shadow Demon. A nice little Sage Mask, a little bit of mana regen on top of everything else. Might pick up a couple right clicks. Did Coiling Blade, did not tango. That 2.3 by the laning phase, another 14 seconds, plus that time the creeps show up. Have everything regen out. She decided to just retreat herself to the top. Quick ward coming down. Looks like Storm Spirit's going to secure that along with the Ogre Magi. And they're off. Shadow Demon going on a little walk. Just going to cruise their way, make their way down to that lane. Back soon. Okay, bye. I'll be here. До свидания. Hey, I know that one. До свидания. So a lot of harass being prioritized. Did he pick up the stun or the ignite? Typically it's the ignite. Looks like he's not going to spread it out. They don't have, oh, there's one magic stick. There's not the other. Did decide to go ahead and drop the ignite down. A little bit of trading going on. Half health already. That Centaur's feeling a lot of pain. Looks like Drow's pulling creeps, as well as getting some bonus harass off. Does not want to tank those for sure. Shadow Demon is dropping every right click. Did not pick up the deny. Ooh. So that's painful. So that disruption, unfortunately, makes really good duplicates. And even at level 1, those duplicates of Joe Ranger, it's still bonus damage. It's still just bonus harass you have to take into. Not fun for anybody. Salve utilized on the Dro. See how the mid lane's going. Looks like Ember's pushing in really hard. Storm Spirit does have Bottle. Went ahead and dropped one of those charges. Bottle not picked up. Looks like it's on the courier on the way. There she goes. So the courier's going to go ahead and drop this Bottle back off. Storm just with a better timing on the courier. And probably on those last hits too. Let's go with the last hits and kind of see how it's going. You can see it's 10 to 12. Actually, Ember has more last hits. Interesting. Very interesting. I think it's a prioritization. If you look at some of the items that was purchased probably in the early game, you're going to see a gold advantage sit on top of the Storm Spirit where you prioritize that Bottle. Spirit Breaker solo laning that top lane with Weaver kind of pushed out. So he's going to be your primary core. He's going to come in out here. Fat boy, tank boy. He's got the 102. You got a 102 on the Luna. Just making sure those right clicks do more damage. Quick kill on the Ogre Magi down the bottom lane. Weaver did pick up just a Shishuki so far. He's going to probably rock that for a little bit of while. Impale and a Spike Carapace 101 on the Nyx Assassin. If you go into the mid lane, you have a 202, which is your static remnant on top of the Overload. So the Overload giving you your bonus damage. Ember Spirit is a 112 build. So he's got 2 points of that Flame Guard. And that's just to survive the damage he's going to have to deal with coming out of that Storm Spirit. Because that Storm Spirit harass is going to end up being quite a bit of pain. 111 coming out of that Dro. Ogre Magi soaking up a little bit more of that XP than he might have wanted or expected. Level difference is kind of apparent with him being at level 2. Almost level 3 now. But he's been doing everything he can to harass and get the money in the side of the Dro rather than just the XP. So by him actually being there, he does a lot of additional harass, is able to help make sure that Dro can actually catch the farm that she needs to. Gus push off with an ignite, start right-clicking on that Shadow Demon. He wants to pick up that kill. Frost arrows and slows being used. Now every time he decides to attack that Centaur, I mean, he's going to return that damage. That Retaliate is a nightmare to deal with if you don't have the damage to tank through it. And by the damage to tank through it. So essentially you have to do enough damage to kill him before his strength actually kills you. So you need a higher base damage in order to be able to hit Centaur War Runner. But he's sitting on 10 magic stick charges. That's already a nightmare to go through. Plus now he's got a ring. He's basically invincible for quite some time. Ogre Magi utilizing that the Clarity. Joe doing Dro things. Let's see what Storm Spirit's up to up here with this Ember Spirit. The Battle of the Spirits. One representing Storm. Ooh. Nothing. Just a whole lot of right-clicky bodily boredom. Yeah, it's going to be the story of mid for a while, it looks like. So we got 2-0 down. Looks like Shadow's gone down a couple of times, which is really good. Now, if we pick up over here, it's up to 2 stacks. Vanished onto the 3. So that 3 stacks, 4 stacks on there. Oh, that is going to sting. It's 288 damage. Did not pick up the 5th. Desperately wanted that 5th on there. So this has a maximum 5 stacks if I remember right. I haven't played Shadow Demon in a while. 5 stacks. Which, it's super painful. You catch 5 stacks on you, it just stings a lot. Now, individually, one-on-one, 5 stacks isn't terrible. But if he can start landing those stacks on multiple heroes at a time, the amount of tangos and cost in that lane just becomes so much more significant. Quick level 6 in the Storm. Storm rotates to the bottom. Looks like Ember actually rotated back to his own base. Dro's going to go ahead and drop all the damage she possibly can on top of that Centaur. Getting some more lockdown onto this Shadow Demon. He jumps in. Ember does decide to go ahead and TP into this fight. He has Flame Guard up, and he's just trying to hit every right click. If he can try to get down on that Storm Spirit's mana so he can escape. Unfortunately, ooh, Remnant's back in. No matter how many Searing Chains or Side of Fist you cast, it is not enough damage to take out all 3 of them. He really wanted that Storm Spirit from mid lane, so it looks like Storm Spirit's going to have a significant advantage when going back in. Nice little swing, though. Storm. Not a whole lot of money coming back in. 114 share between the Ogre and the Drow. 586 in the Storm, who's now going to basically be up a bracer's worth of stats on top of that Ember going into that mid lane again. If they decide to chase back into mid, it's going to pick up a double damage here. Keep that sucker bottled for later, because that is some yum-yum. I would say where's he going with it, but I'm pretty sure that's obvious by now. Spirit Breaker should TP his Batukas to base. Ooh, jumps in right on top of the Luna. Right click. Did waste a right click. Fortunately, didn't land where he wanted. Going straight into that. He's got enough mana to TP out, even if he had one? No, he does not. He's sitting at 11. Spirit Breaker jumped in with half HP. Are they going to be able to take this sucker down? He's just waiting for that mana to come back up. They don't commit. They do. All right, so they get a scan, but they missed him during the scanning phase. Shishuki is off cooldown for 4 more seconds. He looks like he's going to be iced out, even without the Shishuki being, if it was on cooldown. Obviously, that's how that goes. But even if it wasn't on cooldown, they did drop a quick Sentry Ward. So, position 5 Weaver doing his work. Ember Spirit has 2 Remnant charges. Unfortunately, just not enough mana. Considering the Remnant charge, or Fire Remnant itself, you just drop one down, TP back to home, but he's got 25 seconds till he can pull that off. Spirit Breaker, they do have vision of the Luna. Looks like they're going to tag in. Weaver's probably going to be jumping in on his way as well. Quick Shishuki, couple bashes. That armor reduction. And life is hard, game is hard. Weaverlings did not pick up the kill. Looks like Storm Spirit brought his way in just to grab that kill. Did pick up a double kill. Also iced out that Nyx in the same boat. Ooh. Magic damage is a tough life. That return. Almost killing the Ogre Magi with that retaliate. Is he really going in for this? He is. Oh, does get the multicast and quick kill. Oh, yeah, it looks like Shadow Demon was just, fortunately, just a little bit late on that one. Storm Spirit, let's see. I'm going to go to hit up in that KDA. 6-1 on the Storm Spirit. He's doing quite well. 2-2-3 on the Ogre Magi. Not a whole lot from the rest. Looks like Storm Spirit's the one that's been able to make a lot of these rotations pay out for him more than anything else. Spirit Breaker does have Soul Ring. I'm going to go do a quick item check. It looks like Orchid on the way. Boots done. It's going to pick up that nice little range. Might go into full Hurricane Pike later, but Dragon Lance obviously on the quick. Gives the agility and stats. Ogre Magi. Ooh, Storm Spirit was nuked down. Looks like Ember played a significant role in that, but the kill did go to the Nyx. Shishuki Boy diving underneath tower. Did get the kill on the Ember. Is it worth it? Yeah, I would personally say so, because you just stopped your Ember from getting all kinds of farm for a little while. So every slowdown that you can on the enemy team. obviously a great idea. Spirit Breaker, Soul Ring does get the jump on the nice Centaur War Runner. Just right-clicking him down. Ooh, he wants the Hoof Stomper. He wants to nuke her down as fast as he can. Not enough damage off of that Centaur. Shadow Demon trying to make some quick duplicates. Also getting nuked down, and that Storm Spirit doing a lot of work. He comes in, picks up the quick kill on that Shadow Demon, and looks like Ogre somewhere in the lines was able to burn down that Nyx. I don't know if it was a burn or right click, but Ignite can be very damaging. Safety Remnant being cast before he decides to jump in here and play ball. It is wasting the spell cast. That was his only goal. Yeah, I don't know if that was well played. Because still a little sketchy. Still a little sketchy. All right, going in. Weaver still no boots, which it's common. Why would you need boots? Like, this dude hits such quick move speed with that Shishuki, and you basically live at infinite Shishuki, right? That's the goal. Infinite Shishuki. Look at that. That is just ridiculous. 550 move speed. No amount of boots is going to make up for that. As long as you can consistently cast that. And if you can tell by that Sage's Mask, I mean, that's more than enough. Still able to do quite a bit of damage with it on top of it. Great farming ability. Looks like Spirit Breaker's going to get a quick pick off down there. Was able to quickly farm a camp and bounce. Not stacking for anybody else. But he is able to help share some of that wealth. So what happens is the Luna, one way or the other, let's say she gets the gold. Cool. If you get the gold, even better. But you're sharing the XP inside of that camp. So they're kind of farming for you, where you're also farming for you. So just think about if you had a very annoying rat just constantly eating your cheese. It looks like they're going to charge on this. Spirit Breaker's on his way. I don't know if I would necessarily do it with a Shadow Demon. That's partially why, but they wasted on the Ogre Magi. Spirit Breaker did get the love tap off. Centaur now currently using his ulti for running in fear. Going for the Nyx, carrying a lot of right-click potential damage. Storm Spirit jumping all over the place. Does he have the mana regen for this? Wouldn't necessarily say completely, but he is not afraid to use it. Oh, picks up the kill on the Ember. I would venture to say worth it. Unfortunately, he still ices out and dies. Now, Storm Spirit does have a certain timing where he has potential to fall off. He can also continuously scale fairly well with that crowd control. And that was just bound to happen. So much committed there. You got the hoof stomp. You have the double edge. And, of course, any kind of damage you're doing back on top of that Centaur, it's just a difficult life. Because he makes you pay for it. He definitely makes you pay for it. Luna did pick up that Dragon Lance. Interesting. Straight into a mana. That's fine. Mana is a really great item. A lot of bonus right-click damage as well as attack speed, which is multiplicative onto itself. A lot of people are like, oh, well, it's only 4 damage. And it's also like 20% more attack speed. So that 4 is multiplied by all the damage you already have because of attack speed. All right, so let's go ahead and sit on this net worth. I like switching to net worth sometime in the 15-20 minute mark, and I'll probably kind of stay here. Just kind of swap out here net worth team-wise. Ooh, interesting. So I don't know if anybody's ever kind of laid out some of these lines for you, but you go into this nice little green side here. You're looking at everything from experience. You can tell where the shift is at, where the experience marks are going. Net worth being your yellow here. And win probability staying about in the 55 range up here on the side of Radiant. So it looks like Radiant's got a significant advantage, but we'll see. I feel like every game starts with Radiant having an advantage. Storm Spirit coming in does start lockdown on this. No! He did get quite a bit of lockdown on top of that Ember, but Ember able to get back out and bottle charge up. Looks like Storm Spirit's out of bottle charges. We'll pick one up here with the bounty. He wants to go through all of that mana before he starts wasting those charges, though. So he can kill enough things without having to worry about getting hit. 7.7 regen. He can farm for days with that. Ignite damage. Unfortunately, not able to throw down on top of that Ember. Nice little stun. Flame Guard down. Ember out of mana. There's plenty of mana on that Storm Spirit, though. In and out. Does not want to tangle with the Centaur. Centaur damage coming in. Only level is in a 2/2/4. So it's the return that makes life. The turn is the retaliate survivability. 10 charges on the Ogre. Consider using at this point. Unfortunately, he is not. Does have a right click. Not utilizing that right click so much. That's Nyx using that Spike Carapace. Trying to get a multicast stun off on top of the Centaur to secure a kill. Just not able to do so. Everybody else kind of bounced out. Orchid is picked up on the Storm Spirit. Lots of mana regen. Lots of damage. Now, when you're riding that Ball Lightning and you're coming in, you can actually cast your Orchid during that. So it basically counts as an invulnerability. Which the Storm Spirit is overutilizing. Which I don't think you can necessarily overutilize, but it's a pretty heavy underutilized typically in most games because they can't target you in your Ball Lightning form. So your mana pool literally is your survivability. Oh, Ignite. Oh, quick stun. Single cast, not a multi. Does get the multi on the Ignite, which is great for farming, not for killing. I prefer the other way. Storm Spirit did come in, is trying to nuke down that Ember. Ember unable to do a whole lot. Dealing with that Orchid. Looks like Orchid is going to go ahead and time out inside of the Shadow Demon. Ooh, Centaur. Ulting. Everybody runs on top. Still can't kill off this Storm Spirit, though. So going to the net worth charts. Looks like Luna's rocking high tier. And it looks like she's been pretty much free farming. We haven't really seen a whole lot of her, but her job is to really just get fat, right? That's her goal. Get as fat as humanly possible. And she's been doing it pretty well, gotta say. Pretty friggin' well. Alright, I'm going to take this bird and let him go. Ooh, Ember does get a couple remnants and slides. He gets in her face really quick. Unfortunately, that Spirit Breaker's doing everything he can to keep her alive. Is still going to go down to a basic right click. Yulesed up in the air. Ember trying to nuke down. Does get the kill off onto the Weaver. Ogre Magi, the only one left. A lot of HP left on top of him. Has not, still is currently bloodlusted. Multicast does pick up the kill on the Shadow Demon. Very well done. I mean, if you're going to die with friends, you're going to die with friends. Meanwhile, Luna does not care at all. Like, she's been doing exceedingly well. Looks like she's going to go in a Lincoln Sphere, probably to stop a lot of the stun down from the Ogre Magi. You're going to want to make sure you're not going to get charged in by the Spirit Breaker. Also, you're going to make sure that Storm Spirit can't tackle you in the face. That's going to do a lot of work. It's a lot of work to farm, but it's also a lot of benefit and payoff. Monster on its way. Wake up a little bit here. I should have had a coffee before this, but, you know, who cares? I should, but who cares? Looks like Luna's going to be retreating back. She did pick up that Grove Bell. Any amount of range is more survivability for Alina. That's her ideal scenario and philosophy. Looks like BKB is going to be picked up on that Storm Spirit just to try to stop some of that lockdown. Also, the magic damage in case Luna decides to drop her ulti. Another charge coming in. They did get vision on top of this Nyx. Nyx is going to not care, come in, drop his dust. They do have vision of the Spirit Breaker, and he eats it. They also wasted a ward, but I would rather have double vision than no vision. Ember's coming in. They're going to be trying to tackling this Weaver here. Oh, nice time lapse and Shishuki out. It looks like they don't have any more dust that was wasted down on the Spirit Breaker. BKB still not finished on the Storm Spirit. Very hesitant to go in. There is currently 5. Looks like I'm going to have to teep my words. Weaver did drop in his little Weaverlings. Went and did some general harass. Weaver's going to pay for that. Little pushy. Potentially worth it, but still a little pushy. Ogre Magi is going to jump in. Ogre Magi v5, unfortunately, is not going to work out in his favor. Now, this is the first time we've really seen the Dro come into play. She's been farming the entire game, so it's kind of nice to see if she's planning on doing a lot with herself. Luna and Lena, or excuse me, the Luna and the Dro have both been playing pretty farm-heavy games. Now, if you're looking at net worth for net worth, I mean, they're sitting right at the top. It looks like the Luna's just going to have a little bit more. I mean, Lunar Blessings and Moonglaves. So much damage. She did not go into the mask, though. Very commonly, you'll see a Mask of Madness picked up here as your first item, which kind of gives you a lot of that additional farm. Unfortunately, these games come online so fast, it's almost not worth it anymore to even go into that mask route. He has got a lot of movement speed with that haste. He better have that zippity zip to get on out of there. Ooh, that last second. Plus haste, full bottle. And he's going to bounce and run his way out of town. Looks like Kiba Sanpai. Just farming a little brains out. She's still, I mean, they're definitely top tier. They're still sitting on a top 2. But it's going to come down to Lena and the Luna here shortly. I mean, the multi-shot definitely helps, but I don't think it's anywhere near as consistent as Glaives. And it looks like the chart's going to show that Centaur pushing in. Are they going to be able to dust her not only in time? Oh. They went the wrong route. They went into the trees. They're going to exploit that. Storm Spirit does ball lightning in. The Trial Ranger just trying to stay back, does not want to get nuked down. She knows she's top tier priority. They are very aware. Sleight of Fist coming out. Searing Chains dropped, of course. Spirit Breaker just doing whatever he can to charge in and save his own life at this point. Forcing the rest of his teams down. Weaver wasn't there. Does also have an Orchid, so he's pairing up alongside of his Storm Spirit, keeping up the Orchid game. Looks like Yules. The Yules is kind of nice because you can throw your Weaverlings down. Or Yules up anybody that has the Weaverlings set on them. Looks like they're finally going to get this tier 1. They've been having a pretty rough game this whole time. Oh, hold on. Be back soon. Hey, welcome back. Bienvenidos. I know that's Italian and Spanish. Just going back to the Storm Spirit really quick. I'm going to put the Storm Spirit on follow. He's kind of interesting to watch. Let me see if I can learn welcome back. Добро пожаловать.
Добро пожаловать.
Пожаловать.
Добро пожаловать.
Добро пожаловать. There we go. Добро пожаловать. Ooh, Centaur just trying to get a quick pick on this Ogre Magi. Locks him down. An ulti committed for an Ogre might be a little ridiculous, but Ogre is a lot of their stun and lockdown. It's also their ability to make sure in the 4v5 they have an easier time jumping into this Roche. Jumping into Roche pit, you want to have that type of team fight advantage. It's just a mental game. Even if you could win, you still question yourself whether or not you should be there as a 4v5. And without vision, Storm Spirit's not going to even bother to try to make the jump in and steal play. It's a possibility. Timing has to be pretty perfect. Dro did pick up that Silver Edge. Now that's going to remove the passive from the Retaliate, which is causing a lot of damage on top of her. It also removes a lot of the damage from the Lunar Blessing and the Moon Glaives from the Luna. So that Silver Edge is going to come into pretty significant play. Storm Spirit just going to go in, get some harass, and bounce out of there. She's able to just free cast and unfortunately hits nothing. But there's still definite attempts. Okay, so we totally missed it, but I guarantee that Silver Edge is what just killed that Centaur War Runner. It just nukes out that Retaliate. She can freely nuke him down without having any kind of hesitation. She knew the ulti was already committed inside of the triangle, so not a lot of issues or fear at that point. She's going to go and pick up and finish up the Manta. She actually had the Manta queued up after Dragonlance, but didn't finish it. Decided that she needed to make sure she had the survivability of being able to freely hit that Centaur War Runner. So that worked out in her favor. Quick pickup on the Weaver. Unfortunately, Weaver's been kind of like free food. I don't know. It's been a little bit. She's basically been rocking that free food scenario. You do have Nyx coming up. He does have that dust. Looks like he's going to bounce back. Storm Spirit not wanting to challenge this. That is a genuine TP. Without the vision, you don't know if their entire team is sitting behind it. Terrible charge on the Spirit Breaker. Let's go with direct the camera. See what the camera wants us to see. Wants us to see farming. Ooh. Alright, so you got another disruption coming down. Ember using everything from Flame Guard. Let's go ahead and get that. Ooh. No, go back up here. I want to see how this ends out. She unfortunately already is committed. Storm Spirit coming in from across the map. Picks up that Keck. Keck being LOL. K-E-K is a World of Warcraft version of LOL. Bonus right clicks coming down. Compliments of Manta style. Even if that takes an hour, you're still doing damage. Gonna take over this outpost. Centaur War Runner being charged. Does not have the Shadow Blade available to escape freely. Ooh, Luna does drop her ulti down. And they pick up the kill on the Storm. Pretty cash. So Luna did drop her Eclipse down. Looks like Centaur was able to get off his Stampede. Ogre has not left. He plans on staying. Does get stunned due to Spike Carapace. Not the funnest thing. And you know what's happening when you cast Ignite on the Nyx, and you just know it's going to be painful immediately after that. That's Luna's running in. Does have Manta complete. Is queued up for BKB. Plans on probably giving up this Aegis here. I mean, all you have to worry about right now is the Weaver as well as the Ogre. Of course, he's going to come in. He should be able to charge the right one. Unfortunately, does not. They did pre-dust, though. So that invisibility not doing a whole lot, but that Lincoln Sphere is. Quick bounce back. Tier 3 neutral items have been out for a little bit, so they're still farming them, it looks like. Looks like he's able to pick off that disruption and get some more duplicates going. A little bit easier to push with. Ooh, Storm Spirit just gets iced down so fast. Despite having a significant amount of survivability within the affinity frames, just ran out of mana. And she's doing her job. She did waste that Aegis here. I wouldn't call it a waste, because he did pick up a Storm Spirit kill, and an Ogre, so this might take them into the Tier 3. Stampede being used. Looks like Centaur has no problem rushing in head first. Ember, unfortunately, going to get Yulesed up. Luna's still doing a lot of right click, despite only having one life left. And the Illusions are going to help take down that Tier 2. And looks like they're going to push into Tier 3. This might be a game. They do not have buyback. They got 43 seconds until the Spirit Breaker Cow comes in. Utilize those illusions. Bring them into the fight, too. Even 1 or 2 right clicks, it all adds up. Looks like Ember's going to let him TP to base. He did drop his Remnant saying, I will be back, honey. Storm Spit trying to maintain some kind of stability there in the center. Looks like they might be going for Megas. Unfortunately, they still have the tier 1 in the top lane down. So, Storm Spirit does get the kill on the Luna. Ember with that retaliation there. Ember getting charged up. Storm Spirit did come back to life here. Dropping those bonus right clicks down on top of the Ember. Does have the lockdown. Trying to utilize his ability to maintain control. Looks like not a lot of mana or life left. Mana on the Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker may pop here. Looks like he's going to survive that poison. Nightcast. Man, it is just a fiasco down here in this bottom lane. Everybody slowly respawning and making their way in. Joe Ranger back alive again, almost picking up a level 25 talent. Looks like she is multi-shot damage, multi-shot cooldown, and frost arrow damage. So that all stacks with itself really well. Might consider multiple waves. I am a big fan of the marksmanship chance personally, but we'll see what she goes. She's almost made her way to level 25. That's going to be a very critical point. So it's going to determine whether or not she can attack from afar and like spray on multiples, or if she has the ability to single target nuke down with that marksmanship chance. I like going single target nuke down. You can always spray with your regular one, but the ability to take down like a centaur really quickly is always a big benefit to life. Because at that point, that marksmanship 12% chance, it's a very, very high damage value. Looks like Spirit Breaker is going to come in. Does maintain a lot of that control. They do drop the Vision Ward down. And there's a Vision Ward drop down on both sides. Spirit Breaker trying to finalize this part of the deal. Unfortunately, that Luna sitting at the top of net worth by about 4 or 5K. It's a lot of work. I got an idea. Because that looks really weird. I'm going to put this really tiny right there for casting. Because I want to respect the game and the players more than my face. See, that looks a lot better in my opinion. That's not bad. Alright, Shadow Demon does have the Blink Dagger. Storm Spirit itemization. Does have the BKB. Drop that sucker right now. He's going to go in. Cannot be locked down anymore. Fortunately, runs out of mana super fast. They're trying to get a quick kill on this Weaver. Centaur does get nuked down rather fast. The Drow, still a 91 respawn timer. Ogre just catching every multicast he possibly can to help nuke this stuff out with his Ignite. Ooh. You don't always see Lipnar pick, but when it is, that is it's pretty fun to watch. Spirit Breaker BKB being utilized also. That brings him down to the 7 count. So some fairly late BKBs it looks like. Is that a nanny boo-boo scenario, it seems like? Those tier 4s just go down so fast with that Luna. Once she gets inside of your base, I mean, she just rips it to shreds. Very late game. And she went with Lunar Blessing damage. She hit 25. She has still not hit 25. Does not have her chance yet. Spirit Breaker coming in. Unfortunately, not able to grab a stun off on. Counter stun block, so he wasn't able to use his Nether Strike on anybody. Ember doesn't even care about the Weaverling pet that he's walking around with. He's got a Parasite. Does not appear to mind. Storm Spirit wishes he had more mana, that is for sure. Able to get a pickup on that Nyx. What is it, worth it? I would venture to say no, because this is still GG, ladies and gentlemen. Still GG. Team Flamingos with the victory. Flamingo. Flamingo? Yeah, Team Flamingo. Let's change this to with bird. All right. So let's see. So that was a pretty good fight. Now we have Team GL versus Wild Deer. All right. Yeah. Wild Deer picked up the win a little bit a while ago. So I'm not exactly sure how this is going for the rest. All right. So we're 8 minutes, 30 seconds in. We got a 4-2. Despite 4-2, there's still a goal lead on the side of Wild Deer. All right, so we got some phase boots picked up on the Kunkka. Kunkka probably was mid. He also has bottle, so yeah, that confirms that. Natural for the helm on the Lycan. You do have the Skyrath Mage. It's going for the very heavy intel damage build. He's rocking a 2-1-1 this moment. Wraith King. It's a 1-2-2. Wraith King does have Armlet. Utilizing it to go ahead and pick up his free farm in that jungle. Got a 2-2-1. Now, I like some of the liquid fire bonus people get because liquid fire does not trigger magic stick. It's just really annoying. Looks like Sven's trying to farm all of Lycan's creeps. Sven does have Mask of Madness. Does have Strength Boost procced up. Looks like Tranquils will be kind of... Oh, no, he's definitely going Intel. I wasn't sure because sometimes you see Windlands, you expect Tranquils. But, yeah, this is definitely going to be his... Standard treads, not Tranquil Boots. Outworld Devour was able to get picked up. That is, I don't want to say GG, but it's very difficult to fight into an Outworld Devour. The only thing that could probably survive that on this side is going to be potentially Lycan, as well as that Wraith, but everybody else is free food. Quick jump. Lycan using his shape shift. How much time does he have left on it? He's still got quite a bit of time. But they're just kind of staying back in the tower. They have no intentions of playing too far into this. Kunkka rocking up that mid. Does have Arcane. And, ooh. Meteor Hammer as well as Boots. 10 minutes in. Really decent timing. And it looks like Bane's going to come in and help out that mid. Oh, so much magic damage. Really, he stayed right in the zone. Doesn't matter. X marks the spot's going to lock him down. He's able to Astral Step out of there. Outworld Devour coming in. Does a straight ulti on top of the Kunkka. Does not care. And it looks like OD also picked up that Skyrath kill at the same time. Go you. Very proud. All right, so Meteor Hammer. He does look like he have the Ether Lens already killed it. Queued up. Silencer sitting on 2 permanent intel stolen, so that's not terrible. It means 1 kill that he's been standing by, but still not the worst. Looks like they're going to get the jump on this Silencer, though. Or with the Silencer. Level 8 on the Wraith King, so they're going to have to do this twice. Kunkka jumps on the boat, sitting on top of this Outworld Devour. Is going to right-click him down. And it looks like Skyrath is able to pick up the kill. Excuse me. The Wraith King is going to be able to pick up the kill on that Silencer. That's pretty critical because he did save his reincarnation. Not stupid enough to waste all of his mana into it. Armlet being toggled back and forth. It's a lot of bonus strength. Void just bouncing out of there. Ulti's already ready back up on the Skyrath. Lycan still has a shapeshift back up. Void is sitting on his Astral Step, which has a ridiculously low cooldown anyway. Might pick up a first death on top of this Wraith King. Yeah, unfortunately, no amount of Armlet toggling is going to save you there. He still might have been able to. Not going to be able to commit anything outside from Brain Sap. Oh, that banished, man. That is, so that Impressional Imprisonment obviously canceling out that teleport. It's very, yeah, shouldn't have bothered with that. You just wasted a TP and a cooldown. Used to be good luck, have fun, eat trees, die fast, and accept that you can die. And if you're gonna die, just make it quick so you can get back to play, or make space, I guess, in some cases. Fiend's Grip being canceled with the silence coming from the Skywrath Mage. Very good job on his part. Doesn't pick up the save, unfortunately. It looks like Jakiro's going to still be out. But that's still a good job from that Skywrath. Go him. Looks like Void's going to rotate in, try to make some space. Fortunately not able to. Possibly silence back out from the Skywrath. Skywrath definitely being a walking orchid. Nightmare end up on top of that creep. Ooh, X marks the spot on that Void. He's going to get stuck in there. Really good timing. Coming from the Torrent. Lycan does not have Shapeshift. Skywrath barely picked up the amount of mana he needed, but that's because he's dead. Man, that Torrent X marked the spot and locking down on this Outworld Devourer. Despite being Outworld Devourer, he does Ashford imprison himself. He's buying this time. Did have ulti, was not given the frames apparently to drop it. He also had the cooldown for it too, or the mana. Curse you too. Curse you too. So no ulti being picked up on the end of Silencer. He's going like old school Tiny route where you basically just sit at 4-4 build. Oh, I did miss a chitty chat. Let's see what this means. How many cups do you have in Brawl Stars? Actually, I have. Oh, I'll show you. I'm pretty excited about my Brawl Stars account now. Like, I've been playing the crap out of it. It's actually a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. Astral Step being dropped in. Or is it? It is not. Yeah, he is completely out. But, I mean, what do you do between Resonating Pulse? It's the Simulate Aether Remnant. I mean, that is just nightmare. He gets sucked into that Aether Remnant, kind of locked in. Torrent missing. Oh, looks like they're going to pick up a stun. Quick kill on this Lycan. Lycan does not have Shapeshift out of there, unfortunately. And they're also going to pick up this kill top on Bane. But that was to be expected. Let's see. My Brawl Stars account. Ooh. Oldie going straight into his Ags after picking up that Meteor Hammer. Rocking a boatload of Iron Branches on his inventory. He's filling up all that space. Meteor Hammer. A lot of extra damage being committed. 316. Ooh, looks like they're going to pick up a quick kill on Silencer. Skywrath actually do anything with that ulti? Unfortunately not. Or does he just want to grab his Ags? Ash will step in. Couple basic right clicks. That's his nice little Resonating Pulse. I don't know if the Aether Remnant was necessary, but always fun. Oh, very well done. So the Helm of the Overlord was picked up. They did get this bonus HP Fat Boy here. So he's got his Slam and Frenzy. Utilizing that to take down a quick Roshan. Shape shifting. Ooh, didn't even X marks the spot, looks like. Just nothing but boat. Astral Imprisonment will not save you, just by its time. Looks like Lycan's still running. Oh, that was so beautiful. I don't know if you saw that, but he did use that slam down. Locked him in. A lot of times people have a tendency to find Lycans underwhelming. But once you get to the point where you can run around with an Ancient, it's those Ancients get so beefy so fast, especially at this 17-minute mark. There's not a lot you can really do. The Ancient ends up with 1800 HP, so he's basically another fat other player. On top of a Wraith King, who's another duplicate fat player. Because Wraith King is such a pain. A lot of magic from the Jakiro. Doesn't matter if you silence now. The Jakiro's already casted his Macro Pyre. Looks like they're going to start nuking down on the Bane. Good job, Skywrath. Meteor Hammer committed. Looks like over Outworld Devour. He's seems underwhelming this game. Quick little right click. Make quick work. Pushing up in that tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 soon. They might be just going for the win, giving the Wild Deer no chance to retaliate in this game. Range Barracks in at 300. Oh, melee barracks gone. Range barracks gone. Will not overstay. I just want to make sure that lane stays pushed. Void Spirit. What could he be wanting? Oh, he wants to grab his Zags. That's not bad. The silence is going to be huge, especially team fight silence. Go on. Sorry, the bird wants to go eat, so I let him go eat, and then he'll come back when he feels the urge to come back.